All right, let's just jump right into this one. The world's biggest gaming YouTuber completely disrupting the AI industry. Welcome to today's Explainer. We're looking at a wild story that merges massive internet celebrity with cutting-edge, open-source tech. It's the story of Odysseus, this brand-new AI tool that is taking the developer community completely by storm. And the absolute craziest part, it wasn't built by some trillion-dollar tech lab.
50,000. Odysseus hit 50,000 GitHub stars in a matter of days. Now, if you spend any time in the developer space, you know a star is basically a massive endorsement. Hitting 50,000 that quickly is incredibly rare, and it proves the massive demand for what we're about to explore. People are clearly hungry for a totally new way to interact with AI, especially one that puts them in the driver's seat.
So here's our game plan for this Explainer. 1. Meet PewDiePie's AI tool. 2. Figure out exactly what Odysseus is. 3. Dive into the benefits of local AI. 4. Check out its killer features. And 5. Walk through a zero-code installation guide.
All right, Section 1, meet PewDiePie's AI tool.
Here is the unlikely origin story. PewDiePie was building this absolute monster of a computer at his house, literally stacking it with 10 graphics cards. Why? Well, he wanted to run those heavy, ChatGPT-level AI models right there on his own hardware instead of relying on corporate servers. So, he had the raw power, but he got incredibly frustrated trying to actually talk to and manage those models. The software out there was just not cutting it. So what does he do? Instead of just settling for bad tools or waiting for a massive tech company to fix it, he literally built his own private AI workspace. And rather than cashing in on it, he made the whole thing open source and gave it away for zero cost, which, honestly, is exactly why the idea spread like wildfire. He solved a massive headache that thousands of other people were actively dealing with.
Which brings us to Section 2. What exactly is Odysseus?
Let's clear this up right off the bat, so there's absolutely no confusion. Odysseus is not a brand new AI brain. It's what developers call a wrapper or a workspace. Think of it like a highly organized, super smart house. The house itself doesn't do the thinking, but it manages all the free AI models that you invite inside, giving you this perfect, seamless environment to work with them.
And this is where a wrapper flexes its muscles. It's way more than just a text box. Odysseus acts as this comprehensive assistant that actually manages files directly on your computer. It can run local programs, do incredibly deep web research for you, and, get this, it actually learns your specific working style over time, building up a massive internal memory. It becomes a completely personalized workspace.
Moving right along to Section 3, the benefits of local AI.
This contrast is just staggering. With cloud AIs like ChatGPT or Claude, we are all shelling out roughly $20 a month, hitting annoying usage limits and letting big corporations store and process our prompts on their servers. But with local models running inside Odysseus, the cost is exactly $0. You ditch the monthly fees, you lose the limits, and because it runs entirely on your own machine, your private data literally never leaves the building.
All right, Section 4, Odysseus's killer features. So what makes this thing tick? First up is the cookbook. Historically, the absolute biggest headache with local AI was figuring out if your computer would just instantly crash when trying to run a model. The cookbook completely solves this. It scans your actual processor and memory and tells you exactly which free open-source models, like Qwen or Gemma, are going to run completely smoothly on your specific rig. No more guessing games.
Then there's deep research. And guys, this is a real game changer. This isn't just an AI that spits out a generic paragraph. It is an autonomous research agent running in a continuous loop. You give it a prompt, it goes out, reads, actually thinks about what it read, goes back out to dig deeper, and then builds these comprehensive, beautifully formatted visual reports with fully clickable citations so you can verify everything. To put that into perspective, someone tested this out with a simple prompt about the Indian cricketer Virat Kohli's IPL journey. The results were wild. Odysseus autonomously pulled from 29 different sources and generated what basically looked like a full web page. We're talking an executive summary, clean visual cards for different errors, complete stats, and 19 clickable sources at the bottom. It does all the heavy lifting for you.
Okay, on to Section 5, the zero-code installation guide.
Now, I know the words installing local AI usually sound like a total nightmare, but you absolutely do not need to be a developer for this. We are completely ignoring that scary developer terminal. Instead, we are going to use an AI assistant called Google Anti-Gravity to literally do all the heavy lifting for us. It's incredibly easy. Let's walk through the steps because it's so straightforward. First, open Google Anti-Gravity and point it at an empty folder on your computer. Second, just paste in the Odysseus GitHub link. Third, type this one exact sentence. Clone this repository and run it locally. Hit enter. Fourth, just click yes or allow whenever it prompts you. Finally, it'll hand you a web address. Go there, type /setup, and you are in.
Once you hit that setup screen, there is literally just one final touch. You pop in a free Open Router key, something like Neutron, and that's the whole shebang. Just like that, you instantly have a beautifully designed, limit-free, incredibly powerful private AI workspace running entirely on your machine. You've ditched the cloud, dropped the subscriptions, and completely locked down your data.
To wrap up this explainer, it's just wild, right? PewDiePie proved you don't need a trillion-dollar corporate lab to build incredible, accessible AI tools that solve real problems. He literally put a private AI workspace into our laps for free. So, knowing how powerful it is and how unbelievably simple it is to install, the real question is, are you going to take advantage of it and revolutionize your workflow? Think about it. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep exploring.